morning, Kaylin. All right, my friends. It's November's energy update. Ooh. So, like I was saying yesterday, I was trying to make a graphic to tell you guys that I was doing the update, and I was hoping, thinking I was gonna look for some fall themed pictures or like some Samhain type stuff, but the only thing that kept coming through my head was dark wave, dark wave, dark wave. So I plugged that in, pulled up a picture of the wave, and it seemed pretty spot on and appropriate to the energy that is coming for us in November. So I have a few really weird, interesting things to say about this though. So it's been a week as per usual, but it's a strange week. Scorpio energy is like, I'm always extra in Scorpios. I'm always extra anyway, but Scorpio season gets me a little bit more extra than usual. So I feel things very deeply, but in this weird way where it's almost like I'm underwater. So I'm not as reactive to it, but I'm just in it, if that makes sense. So I've been feeling the reverberations of this and the, I don't know, like just feeling the impact of it, like almost on my body and inside of my body. And it's been really intense. And I think part of that is why a lot of us are not able to sleep very well this week, because it's so much energy coming at us and all around us right now that it's kind of a impossibility, so to speak. I don't even know why I said so to speak. Who's talking today? It's not possible at this time to completely shut yourself out from feeling the feels, because there's just too many of them, which leads me to believe that we are supposed to be feeling the feels. So if you are in that energy right now, welcome, here we are. It is so Scorpio season in Mercury retrograde. Woohoo, right? Okay, so here's an interesting thing that happened this week that I'm still processing through. But I had a quantum hypnosis session with my buddy Jen, and during that session, and I haven't had one since the beginning of quarantine, so that's March, so it's been a long time. I don't like to overdo it on any type of that kind of thing, so we wait until it's the right time. So I ended up channeling some information about November, which was good timing for us today. What was really interesting about that is that Commander Ashtar of the Galactic Federation came through. And I have to preface this by saying this is not an energy that I'm overly familiar with beyond, like, I've heard the name, and I know he's in one of my Ascended Masters decks, so I know he's in there. But this is not like a thing that I think about, so it was really strange that he came through. But he had some very specific words about November energy that I'm going to share with you. So Jen asked him, what is November going to be like? And here's what he said. He said, imagine the sky is blue, and then one day it's green. And that is that. It's blue one day, it's green the next day. And then you are going to have some people who are going to struggle emotionally because they can't remember when the sky was blue and it's now green. So it's going to be a profound shift that occurs in November that changes everything from the core level, from something as collectively accepted as what color the sky is. It will change, but it will be also very subtle because it'll just be. And a lot of us will struggle with thinking that it did change. Does that make sense? So you can't get what to load. So anyway, that is what he said about November's energy. And so I'm kind of sitting with that message, but I wanted to share it with you because I think if you say it to yourself, the sky is green, the sky is blue, and then it's green, there's something that comes through that for me that I haven't fully like sunk my little fingers into, but it feels like we're about to experience a huge shift. And it's important to remember we already did experience a huge shift. So just remind yourself how back in February and March, when all of this stuff, pandemic stuff started happening, that was a huge shift. That was a huge reality shift for all of us. And look how you have adapted to your new way of existing. Look at the things that you have normalized and the things that have now just become part of your routine. Okay? And that is a similar energy to what's about to happen in November, but on a much more impactful scale, even though it seems like, how could that be possible? It's that big. So there's that. We touched into December as well, but I'm not going to talk about that because we need to focus on one thing at a time. So the sky is blue and then it is green. That is what Commander Ashtar said about November. And if you are interested in learning more about who he is, do some Googles because I don't really know beyond what I received yesterday or whenever that was, 2 days ago. He presented himself as like a kind of like a alien type being, like with, you know, large eyes and like blue skin and like very large cranium situation, but was very clear about what his name was at the end. The tone, however, is incredibly loving and supportive. And I want to talk about that right now with you guys before we get further into November energies. Because everything on our planet is currently in flux and swirling so intensely, the energies that are being unearthed are big energies. It is so important for those of you who are newer on your spiritual path and are opening up wide open and starting to channel and connect and receive messages and all of the things. It's so important that you don't ever forget the difference between connecting with a high level energy and connecting with a low level energy. You have got to always ask yourself this question and understand what it means, okay? Humans in bodies vibrate at a low frequency. That's why we can see each other and touch each other. This is a slow frequency that our bodies are in. If you are connecting with an energy that is of low frequency, you are going to hear it and possibly see it very loud and clear because it's closer to your vibration. So this is an energy that can come into your field and be loud and have things to say and will likely give you directions, tasks, missions, tell you what you should or should not do, and possibly give you pressure. If you are connecting with any energy that makes you feel that way, please disconnect. That is not high level energy. If you are receiving any feelings from whatever you're connecting with that are not loving, supportive, and in respect of your personal sovereignty, then that is not what you need to connect with. So we have to be super, super careful of that right now because it's busy season, okay? Especially right now as this is an interesting time of year. Samhain is always the thinning of the veil, but it's been thin all year long. So it's not like it's not gonna be like, woo, I can't believe how thin it is this weekend. It's been very thin this whole time. But it's just going to be amplified this weekend, of course, because we all believe it will be amplified this weekend. But it's been open. The doors have been open. So please be mindful of what energies you are connecting with. That includes those of you working with skulls, okay? Not every energy that decides to be in a skull is a high-level energy. So please run everything through your body. That is going to be your litmus test, okay? If it feels clenchy in your stomach, if it's really, really telling you you have to do this thing, you have to do it this way, and you're kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really feel right. Those are all red flags, just like in any relationship, okay? If you feel gaslit, if you feel manipulated, if you feel a little bit of a fear kind of energy, step out, step out. And if you need help figuring out whether or not the energies you're connecting with are of high level or not, please reach out to me. This is not something that I'm like, I have a new service. Just reach out to me and let me know. I will help you to the best of my ability, because right now we don't have time for this. So it's very busy. The highways are clogged, energetically speaking, and you need to be on top of your game with whatever you're doing in the spiritual realm. So do not connect with anything that does not feel of love, of source, of the highest vibration. Be diligent about this, okay? It's super, super important. So just wanted to tell you that before we continue to launch into this update. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but a massive amount of birds have just landed right outside my window. They're making a lot of noise. Okay, so November, we have the election next week. That is causing huge, huge emotional riptides all over the place. It's exacerbating anything you were feeling, regardless. It doesn't matter what you know or what you don't know. This is affecting us because it is so collective and so stressful for so many people. I would ask you, regardless of your politics, although I know that most of those who watch me here have very similar political leanings, but please understand something. This is not the decider of where our planet goes. It is not. We remember way back in June when we pulled the Tower card and it was like, shit's going down and it has to burn down in order for us to rebuild on something solid. This is part of that. So allow yourself to stay in a state of trust and not to put the status of your mental health on whatever happens next Tuesday. That won't be a good idea, because regardless of what happens, it's probably not going to feel awesome at all. So don't allow that to be a factor in how you feel in here. You are the one who is in control of how you feel, okay? That is going to be a huge, 8-ring circus for a minute, and it's going to wrap up a lot of energy. Be conscious of what you're putting your energy into. Make the decision of where you're putting your energy into. Don't just let it go there because you're feeling emotionally whiplashed, okay? Do not do that. Stay above the fray. That doesn't mean you're being elitist. It doesn't mean you're being avoidant. It means you understand that this happening down here is a real shit show. And shit shows have no order to them. They have no point. They have no bones. They're just frenzy, crazy energy meant to make us frenzy and crazy and lose our stability so that we can't direct our energy where it needs to actually go. So don't be distracted by the shit show, okay? I guess that's going to be the line for November. Don't be distracted by the shit show. Stay your course. You've been doing your work. You've been manifesting, seeding, dreaming, doing the things, healing, all the stuff that's been coming up. You've been doing massive, massive healing that's affecting you now. It's affecting your future and it's healing your lineage. You're doing this, and that is the big important work. Keep doing it. Don't be distracted. Don't allow this show to get you wrapped up. Whatever happens, happens. Trust that we are being moved where we need to go. So just take a deep breath and know that you have done everything that you need to do. That was the other message that came very, very, very clearly through from Ashtar this week, which was that we're doing it and it's okay. And as humans, we really love to know the details. We love to know what's going to happen next. But unfortunately, a lot of the things are still moving around so much based off of what we decide to manifest or not manifest. Our decisions every day collectively are affecting outcomes of things every second. So it's not possible to just give us an outline and say, hey humans, so this is what's about to happen. Because also guess what would happen if they did do that? We would change it because we would look at it and say, so point 1A, can we move that down to month 3? And also, I don't like this. It doesn't really work with this plan. And you know how we do. We would human the shit out of that. So of course, we're not being given a play-by-play. We can't be trusted with those. So trust your own self. Trust each step that is put in front of you because that's where it will be. It will be in front of you. You take one step and then you wait. Let the next step come and then take that step. We don't need to jump ahead of ourselves. This is all big stuff, but even the biggest things are one step at a time. So please feel into that for yourself. And just remember, you don't need to add your energy to the shit show. All right, so we've got some card stuff to do. We need an animal card. And to be quite honest with you, I can't remember what the animal card for October was. It feels like that was a million years ago. I want to say it was the armadillo, which is grounding and protection. But God, it feels like so long ago. Like a million years. Woo, that just jumped out. So I guess this is our card. Are you ready for this? All right, so our animal card is number 3. Red fox. Strategy. I will post this and the other card that's coming in the restoration Facebook group, but I'm going to read this to you real quick. Number 3. That's interesting. That's number 3. Okay. So this is fox energy. So regardless of what the book says, we can always look up fox energy and see all the other things. Okay? Cool. So this is all about strategy. Work through work through a strategy to get what you want. This is a time of transformation, so do not hide what you really are. Be a part of nature, not apart from nature. Be patient. Your opportunity will come. I'm going to read that again. Work through a strategy to get what you want. This is a time of transformation. So do not hide what you really are. Be a part of nature, not apart from nature. Be patient. Your opportunity will come. Okay, Fox. So we've got that. That is our animal energy for November, the fox. And then we're going to have a card for the month of November from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. This one over here. One of my faves. And restoration people, we have our full moon ritual at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And don't worry, that will obviously be sent to you tomorrow is going to be a lot of trick-or-treating for a lot of people, I know, because everything was moved around because of this delightful weather. But it'll be there waiting for you in your inbox when you're ready. And doing it on Sunday is actually a beautiful day to do your ritual, anytime. Sunday, even Monday. So no worries on that, but it will be there for you. All right. Whew. This is interesting. Okay, so we have the hummingbird, number 26. Again, I'll post that. I'm putting these all in a special place so I don't forget. So it's the hummingbird. There's a full moon, of course, behind the hummingbird. Number 26. All right. Despite being so little, hummingbirds are great journeyers, migrating between North and Central or South America to feed from the summer nectar. This gentle creature can be fiercely territorial to protect its home. Hummingbird teaches us to be gentle to ourselves and protect our personal space. Hummingbird invites you to embark on your epic quest, bypass the dung pile of old pain and hurts, head for the flowers, and learn to trust the calling you hear ever so softly. The buzzing you feel is the sound of your hummingbird wings preparing you to say yes to a new adventure. This is not the time to linger on what has gone wrong, but to trust in the rightness of the moment and take bold action. Trust that success is assured, even if you must face tests and challenges to reach your destination. Know that all will be well, because the all is in the small. This mighty being comes to teach you stillness in motion and to trust your inner knowing that the sweetest nectar is assured. Failing to act when the moment is right can spoil your journey. If you feel your safety, comfort, or day-to-day survival are more important than saying yes to the invitation to explore the unknown, you will have to work much harder to achieve what is being offered to you freely now. Still your mind, even in the midst of your very hectic schedule, and heed the gentle voice that calls you to test new wings. So this is perfect. This touches on a lot of things. I will post this all in the thingy. Listen, this goes back to what I was just telling you about energies coming in, channeling, and all of that stuff. We talked at some point about the difference between your anxiety and your intuition. And this also falls in line with that. If it feels quiet, just a little knock, 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 tap, tap on your mind, that is your intuition. And it is not going to nag you. It is not going to harass you. It is not going to tell you you are failing if you don't listen. It is not going to threaten you. It is not going to make you feel any less. Okay? It'll just be like, psst, 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 psst. Guess what? Here's the thing. And then it will go. Or maybe it'll come back. But it's not going to harass you. Anxiety has a very harassing kind of energy. It'll drag you down. It'll tell you how shitty you are. It'll tell you about all of the mistakes you've made up to this point and why you shouldn't do something that you're about to do because you're just going to fail again. That's anxiety. And that's also the energy that can come through when you are connecting with lower level entities and energies. And they are everywhere right now. And I don't mean this to scare you because it's not really scary. It's not like, woo, there's ghosts around trying to trick us. It's not that. It's that what is happening right now on this planet is so huge. And we are finally starting to realize that we are part of it, not a part of it, right? We're connected to all of these mystical things that we thought were make-believe. We are connected to other planets and beings and energies that are here on this earth and have always been. We're starting to finally understand that. And as we do, as we open up to that, we're then learning how to interact, right? And it's super easy to believe that we are kind of low on the spiritual hierarchy just because we've been, kind of conditioned to believe that that is true, right? We need assistance to reach enlightenment. No. So remember, you're at the top of the food chain here, you just forgot. So when you're dealing with any type of energies, you need to know you're the one that's in control. And if it feels shitty, it is, because it's not coming from love. Same thing goes with working with any of your skulls and any of your crystals. I know that I make jokes about Peony wanting my nails painted and all of these things, but I want to impress upon you that that is a funny joke that we have. She does not tell me what to do, okay? It's very important that you understand that. A crystal skull should not be telling you what to do. You need to be telling you what to do. So I don't know why, but that is like really coming through strong for you guys this morning. So I guess some of you guys need to hear it. But please stay in your personal sovereignty. Remember who you are. That is going to be the biggest thing for November. And as we move into next week, just also remember that doesn't dictate how you feel inside. You do not have to give that control over your emotional and mental well-being. So stay rooted, stay grounded. Remember what is real. The earth is real. You are real. Your heart and your feelings are real. Your love for your family, for your friends, for all of the things that are your life, that's real. Stay in what's real and continue creating more of that. We are in big manifestation mode. We're about to close out this month with a huge full moon. And as we pass through that corridor, burning up the things we no longer need, we will be lighter and ready. I promise you that. If you are ready, if you choose to do the work, you will be held and supported, and the step will be right there in front of you. The universe will literally conspire to assist you on your various missions toward your joy, towards the healing of the planet, and towards the healing of community. This is happening. It's already happened. So step into that reality. Don't stay in the shit show. It's not fun there. Okay? And I know this is hard for a lot of you right now because this is bringing up so much tension, especially as we move into holiday season. Some of us aren't going to see our families. Some of us have divisive politics within families, and that is really difficult to deal with because we don't understand how people we love could not understand what's going on right now. And that is a huge, huge issue. And it's something that you are not going to be able to fix by speaking at it or forcing it or getting all worked up. When you get all worked up, you get all worked up, right? So it doesn't actually affect change. So let's pull our energy in every day. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Fortify yourself. This weekend, big time release, big time manifest, and big time connection with those ancestors. It's going to be amazing. It's going to feel so good. And as we sail into November next week, you're riding the wave. Riding it. You are not going to be crushed by it. This is a choice. You are being told about the wave. So ride it, don't be crushed by it, and we will all be fine. Everything is happening the way it needs to happen. We simply need to put our energy in the trust of that. We're almost there. We have 2 more months to go, and it's very important that those of us who have chosen the highest timeline stick to that. So I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. If you are doing something magical for Samhain, I hope it is blessed and warm and awesome. I'm excited to see some of you at 2 p.m. tomorrow for the full moon call. Otherwise, again, that will be sent to you. If you're interested in joining that, you can send me a message or just sign up for restoration. If you sign up now, you will not be charged again for November. So just know that. All right, my loves, I will post the cards in the Restoration Facebook group. This video will be available on YouTube in an hour or so. And if you have any questions that come up, and again, issues with the skull stuff, or knowing if something is a higher level energy or not, please send me a message. I'm happy to help you with that. All right, I love you guys. Have an amazing day. If this has helped you, I would so appreciate you sharing.